morning, y'all. Matt here with Grafted Branch Homestead. Today is an exciting day. If you've been following along, here we've been trying our hand towards more self-sufficiency and sustainability, and we've decided to raise Coturnix quails, and we're going to do that for both eggs and meat, and then also hopefully a little bit of profit. Anyways, it has been 14 days since the eggs have been in the incubator here that we built. We've had some ups and downs and definitely some concerns. One of the eggs cracked, there may have been some contamination. It's been a process, but today is finally the next day in that process, and that is lockdown. Now I know, given the world right now, that is not a term you want to hear. It's not one I want to hear, but lockdown for the quail eggs is good. And so what that means is we are going to go ahead and remove the egg turner so the eggs aren't moving. We're going to lay them flat in the lockdown box. Now this one here is the box I built specifically for this incubator, and it will slide right in where the egg turner tray currently is. The eggs are going to lay in here on their sides. We're going to keep the temperature at about 99.5 degrees. However, the humidity we want to raise during the lockdown time to about 70%, and that's so as to soften up the eggshells so that the little birds can get out a little bit easier. So we're going to get all this going. I have this room pretty hot right now. We're heating it up because once I do open the incubator, I want to move the eggs over quickly. So a couple things we're going to do to get the humidity up inside the box. Right now we're using a small little tray with a little bit of water in it. That's kept it pretty well in the mid-40s. What I'm going to use, and I've experimented a little bit with, so I'm pretty sure it's going to work, is a larger tray. What you want is more surface area over the water to increase the humidity. So we'll put that in there with more water. I have a couple sponges that we're going to stand up in the water, and that will create more surface area as well if we need to get it up higher. And then if I'm still struggling with the humidity, I went ahead and got an ultrasonic atomizer. This is like a fogger basically for reptile cages or terrariums. I could put that in here and run that a little bit if I'm having troubles, but that's going to be more of a last resort. And then of course we have the water. The water is warm because I don't want it to take a lot of energy bringing that up to temperature. Alright, so we got these things ready here. The next step is going to be doing a little bit on our records. Okay, awesome. So we're just going to go ahead and bring this up to date a little bit. I have a page again, since I'm doing two different birds from two different companies. I have two different ones. I've also set up my lockdown box and everything so as to accommodate for two separate sets that I can keep separated. Day 14 in incubator and time, that was yesterday, and so yesterday was the 29th, and so I didn't write that in here, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and again at 3:30, and we'll do that in the game birds flock as well. Oops, trying to look at the camera and write, and that doesn't work too well. Okay, cool. So we got that. We got some of our notes. The next thing I have here on my paper is going to be for the lockdown box color. Now this is the Shire flock. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the red. That's over there. And so I'm going to put red. Awesome. Day 15 incubation. Right, so I do need to correct my paper a little bit here. Day 15 incubation, that's today. I'm going to have 0 hatchings today because they're just going in. And I will go ahead and put the final time here. Now tomorrow's actually day 16, so that's when I might see some hatchings. So we'll get a little bit more out of that. All right, cool. So let's see. We'll go ahead and give this one the yellow, and we'll do the date. Okay, cool. With that done, we're gonna go ahead and open up the incubator box, and we will begin moving those eggs over into the lockdown box and then removing the tray. I need to do this quickly, so I probably won't. I have put the tape along the edges, and I've noticed that really makes a huge difference between grafting along the edges. So once I'm done and have the birds out into the outdoor cage and everything, before I do another set, I'm gonna do a few mods on this incubator, I believe. Let's get it opened up now. And we're going to start with my shire. Okay, so my shires I have here, 5 on trays 4, 5, and 6. Normally this is also when you would candle them too before you put them in here. I'm not doing that. I really should have candled at 2 times during this when I put them in to make sure they weren't cracked. And then now I am going to buy a candler. So the next time I do this, I will be candling them right now, quickly. Now the my shire eggs here, or I should call it the shire flock, that's what I'm going to be calling it. These are mixed eggs, so we'll get to separate them out when they're a little bit bigger. And you want to lay them on the side. From what I understand, their head is tucked under one of their wings there, and they will find that air pocket in the egg and chip out that way. Let's see. So far I don't see any problems with any of these eggs. Exciting. They definitely have a little bit of weight to them. I guess the weight shouldn't have changed. So from what I understand, normally you get about 50% hatch rate that can go up into the 70s. What I've been shooting for with the brooder builds and all, because I don't plan on doing so many eggs at a time in the future. Anyways, what I'm shooting for is about 60% hatch rate, so that's my goal. I do know Zach over at my shire always expresses that it's good to have goals, whether you're doing it for profit or not. Set yourself goals. I know he even sets like thumbs up goals on his videos and things, so I like that. So I've set myself a goal. It's a little bit low because this is my first time, so I have a 60% goal of these eggs that I want to hatch. Now we've lost 3 of the my shires. We had 60 come in, so 57 of them are going into this lockdown box. I'm trying not to stop and talk too much, just because I do need to move quickly. Wow, these really filled up this box. And the next set are the jumbos. So, hoping everything fits well. Alright, cool. So we got the my shire eggs. Let me move quickly onto the game bird flock. These are jumbo browns and jumbo whites. Funny story, I actually have 16 more Southwest Game Bird jumbo brown eggs. Should be coming in probably today. That may have been them at the door right there actually. Those were the eggs I originally bought before I really learned a lot more and then gotten these live feeds and ended up winning giveaways. So originally I was going to start my flock with 16 eggs, about probably 10 birds, and move from there. Instead I got to jump up to 120 eggs, really 180 if I was able to hatch them all. So the other 16, if they come today, I'm not going to be able to put them in this incubator because I'll have these on lockdown. So those ones I will be giving to another friend as well, and hopefully continuing getting other people on this, which is the goal. None of them broke, so 60 of theirs will go into the lockdown box here. One of the subscribers did say that I'm very lucky it didn't explode. I guess she had a duck egg that exploded in her incubator. Oh man, that would be horrible. So I'm definitely gonna buy a candler. And so for yesterday, today, and then the entire time these are in lockdown, I've been running the incubators with brooders with different size bulbs, the thermometers in there, trying to get the temperature right. I'm going to be cleaning them, putting the blue towels on the bottom. I'll show all that, and then getting their food ready as well, and their water, which has some electrolytes and things in it, so that way they will be good to go as soon as they come out. Now, when they're in the lockdown box, when they start pipping, which is when they bust a little hole out in the shell, they will hatch out, and when you see them hatch out, you got to wait at least 24 hours. So people say 1 to 3 days. From what I understand, Zach over at my shire said give them 24 hours. That's good. Let them dry off completely, and then we can put them in the box. All right, awesome. So we get a quick shot of that. We got our shire flock, our game birds. We're gonna pull this out. They've been out for a minute, so I need to move a little quicker and get them switched out. Thermometer and hygrometer ready here. Those in there, we're going to push that up near the back. And some water in. We want a 70% humidity, so I am going to fill this up quite a bit. I don't know how those sponges are. We'll let them soak up. There we go. Awesome. Take our eggs. I put some of these little furring strips on there, so this should slide in nicely, hopefully. Yeah, alright. And I built this box after I built the incubator. Actually, after I had the eggs in here going, so. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's in there. We'll put the temperature gauge and hygrometer up on top. Alright, awesome. Get that shut up. Because it does help so much, I'm going to go ahead and retape it. One second. Okay, temperature's climbing. We're up at 99.1 right now, 35 humidity, so that will change. Oh, just because I saw it on the camera, I'll point that out. So that's the moon I took, and that's a picture of the sun I took. That picture of the sun I took is during the day. Was it 2 years back or so when we had so many fires here in New Mexico? I could look directly at the sun and see it, and the sky was pretty dark. And when I moved the camera towards the sun, that's just what it did. Anyways, side note. And so these are what we're getting ready here. I got lights running. I have a whole different box of different wattage lights and things like that. Excuse me. Trying to get the temperature right. You do want it sitting, I believe, at about 95 degrees, so that's a little high in there right now. Maybe when they first come out, and then able to move that. So I'm getting all that set. These bulbs, I need to get another bulb. I think I'm going to use the red ones. I do have some white ones in here, but we're getting that set and going. I also picked up, because I did change out the bottom in here for the 1/2 inch coated, I did pick up some of these blue shop towels. These are what's going to be laid down in the bottom of the brooders while the birds are new, so that we can walk on it, and I understand that's pretty good. We do have 2 of these little tiny quail waters in each one, and they're quail waters. They're on mason jars, and then the bottom is it's really small. The quails can drown and kill themselves, so you want something that they can't get in. The food, we're going to be using this Purina Game Bird starter, and so I'm going to take that, actually blend it up so as to make it smaller we'll lay some of that out on the blue towel. You'll see that, as well as in containers for them. Over here I have the layer feed, the 16%. We're going to be combining these when they're bigger at about 8 weeks. That's really about it. Oh, their waters. We're also going to add, I understand you can add some apple cider vinegar, things like that. I'm going to add some of these vitamins and electrolytes to their water, just to give them an extra boost getting going. That's about it. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the hatching. Alright, official lockdown. Like and subscribe if you like my quails being on lockdown. Anywhere from now through the next 5 days, we should get birds hatching and be moving them over into the brooder boxes.